I'm Josh. This is Colin. And this is Perseverance, our floating off-grid home. Come explore with us as we sail to new places, we learn how to protect our environment, and see how we coexist with nature. We'll also make lots of friends along the way. These next few clips are courtesy of Colin's mom. His parents were visiting and they were kind enough to help us install this pivoting bow roller. It fit pretty well on our existing bow roller. The part that we added was just the pivoting part at the very front, and it keeps our anchor away from the boat as it drops, so it'll drop straight down rather than swinging in towards the boat. It did take some slight modifications to get it working just right. We've used it now for nearly a year and we love it.
We're sending designs back to the hardtop people at Atlantic Towers. Sending designs to Atlantic Towers so they can build us a hardtop for our boat. We just got some preliminary options, so I'm going to send a little more detail, finer detail to them. That's all I got for you.
This is the 17th Street Bridge right next to the Port Everglades Inlet, where we came in when we saw that container ship a couple episodes ago. This is also where we will be departing on our way up to Wilmington. I wanted to take a moment to thank all of our Patreons. We really appreciate your support, and you make it possible for us to continue to make these videos. Thank you.
Alright, we're in the yard, and it's time to make preparations to splash. All the repairs look pretty good, so hopefully we'll be in tomorrow. Today's Thursday. If we can get in on Friday, we can get Colin on his way, and we'll probably depart Sunday. We're trying to depart Sunday for Wilmington if possible, but it might be a shorter trip than that depending on how far we can get. So we've got to get our solar panel back on. We got another solar panel coming today, so we're going to be installing that. We've got to replace a couple Seacock bodies.
Organize everything.
The boat is a complete disaster. As you can see, it's a hole here in the boatyard. And we've got to get our pivoting bow roller. We got to go find a smaller roller so it'll work with our anchor and locker setup. So we've got a busy day, and we also got to figure out when exactly we're going in the water. So, busy day. A little bit of sailor ingenuity here.
Ingenuity?
Ingenuity, there we go. A little bit of sailor ingenuity here.
Sandpaper on the drill. We needed a bigger hole in this thing, and I used a higher grit or a lower grit. I don't know. A more, what would it be called? A more
Fine grit?
rough? No, rougher grit to start. Coarser grit. So I used a coarser grit to start, make the hole bigger. So that's why I'm full of all this. And now I'm just doing one quick little pass of this finer grit to maybe smooth it out. We were trying to match this what is that called? We're trying to match that size, and we also needed this roller to be shorter. The old one was this big that came with the bow roller, so I'm hoping this will allow the anchor to lay more flat on the bow roller up front when we're done. So.
Alright, so my task is swapping the Seacock body on our raw water intake for the air conditioner. And what I've got down here is where the raw water comes in through this Seacock. And this one I think is original to the boat. It's just kind of hard to turn, and it was starting to leak a little bit through the handle here, and so what I'm replacing that with today is a brand new one, and I'm going to take it off the base because we're keeping the existing through hole, just replacing the Seacock ball valve, I guess the body itself. So they've changed some things. this one only turns 90 degrees, and this one actually will do a full 180. And I like to put Marlube on the actual balls for the ball valve, and so with this design you have to do it from the outside and from the inside by removing the hose. But with this design, I can just do it on one side and then move the ball 180 degrees to get the entire ball. So should be a improvement for us. Alright, so new Seacock body's in, old one's out. We got the hose clamps all back on. So that went surprisingly well. Let's hope the galley sink drain is just as easy.
Ready? Yep. Alright, we've got both of these panels up. They're hooked up. We don't have much sun, so we're only getting about 3 amps out of both panels. We've got them wired in parallel to help reduce any loss from any shading, since they're on opposite sides. So we will see what we get with these, and we should have double the power we had, so I'm pretty excited. These little clam shells have a rubber stopper, and they go through the hull. We've sealed around it, and then this top piece, so it gives you a nice watertight seal. We still have a drip loop here at the bottom of our solar panel cable, but it gives you a nice watertight seal on the back or deck or side or wherever you have the cables coming into the side of the boat.
The reason we were in the yard was to fix gel coat and metal railing damage caused by another boat which had dragged onto us in Key West. I'll save that story for another video. While we had the boat hauled, we put on a second solar panel, added a pivoting piece to our bow roller, and swapped out a Seacock. While sailing on Gallivant, we had the yard sandblast off our old paint, put on a new epoxy barrier coat, and fresh bottom paint, which helps reduce the growth on the bottom of the boat, allowing us to glide through the water more smoothly.
There was great debate on where the water line should be with our bottom job, and we actually wanted to go higher than it is currently, but the awesome guys at the yard talked us down to the line we went with, and it looks good. They were right.
We're finishing our provisioning run.
Yeah.
It's only for a couple days of provisioning though. It's not really.
There's nothing on the boat.
It's nothing. There you go. Not very much for a provisioning run. Alright.
Back to the dinghy.
Back to the dinghy. We've gotten all of our groceries. We, of course, were stuck in line behind this lovely lady writing a check.
Line. It was it was the shortest line. There were 4 lines.
And so we got stuck behind the lady writing a check, you know, loading up one item at a time on the conveyor. It was all good, no problem. The only funny issue was when we came up there and used the new tap to pay with our new card, I guess. And it just froze the whole system.
Manager had to come, unfreeze, restart the whole thing.
It took like 10 minutes to fix.
That was more like 15. That was like a 15 to 20 minute checkout.
It was a long line. I think we were in the checkout like twice as long as we were shopping. Because we don't have very much. But anyway, sometimes these things happen, whether you're on a boat or living a normal life. So anyway, we're back to the dinghy, almost. And we'll be heading back to the boat. We gotta still tidy that up. And then we will be hopefully able to relax in this lovely city. So I'm attempting to make an eye splice in our, hopefully what will become our new dinghy lines, dinghy davit lines. So we've tried this before and it's been a disaster. So right now I'm trying to make one. I've rewatched the video several times. I'll link the video that I'm watching It has like 9 million views, so it seems simple enough, but I think we've tried it on old line before and it's been really tough to get the line through. So right now I am just making an attempt myself again, and we'll see where it goes. After working all day, I finally made some eye splices, and I have the dinghy hoisted with new line. It's not 100% to my liking, but I think it'll work for now. Today, I'm going to do a final provisioning run so that we can make sure we have plenty of groceries for the trip. And we're also going to grab, I just have some stuff to get rid of, some garbage, so I'm going to see if I can find a place to get rid of that. It is Saturday? Today is Sunday morning, so Colin will be back tonight, and hopefully we can leave tomorrow morning, heading to Wilmington on a 4-day passage, assuming the weather looks good. Back at the George English Park. There's a dinghy dock just on the other side of these trees behind me. It's a great spot to land. There's a Publix just that direction. Probably a 5-minute walk. I'm heading to the CVS, which is just ahead of me. It's like a couple-minute walk. And there's also a UPS store across the bridge. It's just over here. Hoping to return a couple things to Amazon before we depart on our trip. All right, I've got Dramamine, I've got some ginger. I don't know if it's a swallowable or a chewable. And so hopefully that'll help. I did not realize the non-drowsy Dramamine was just ginger. So I just got some ginger chews or ginger pills. Go to the UPS store to drop off some return items for Amazon. Alright, so always lessons learned on the boat. The UPS store is closed on Sunday for Father's Day. Did not know that would even be possible. But they are all locally owned, so I don't know if that's just this one's choice to do that or if they're all closed, but I'll make those returns later. The other issue is the place that I can get my alternator belt is closed on Sundays just in general, which I did not know. So to be planned, better for the future. Since I failed my endeavor, I'm gonna go to the T-Mobile store and see if they're gonna be open. It says open at 11, but we'll see if they're open today. I need to see what's going on with this hotspot I have from them. Sometimes we hoisted up the mast to get internet a little further away from shore than we normally do. All right, people at T-Mobile were super helpful. They said the only way to do a return though, or replacement, is to call in and tell them where I'll be, and they'll ship a new one to a store, and then I'll bring the old one in. Pardon me. All right, we are fully provisioned. Once again, the double backpack situation. After running errands in a small provisioning run, I returned back to Perseverance and waited for Colin to arrive.
So, lesson learned, the bolts on the outboard should be exercised and some type of anti-corrosion put on them more frequently than once every 6 months. And they're both free now. We had one casualty on this side, and Yeah, I couldn't get it to spin. Let's just say it was a matter of leverage. Alright, I think we are just about ready to get underway. We've got the dinghy hoisted and everything stowed down below. We just made one final check of the weather and our route, which Josh is currently loading into the iPad. And then we'll be ready to weigh anchor. We're going to go stop at the 17th Street Fisheries to top off our fresh water and get rid of the last bit of trash we have. And then we'll be on our way.
Sounds good.
Doing the final bit of route planning.
Mm-hmm. Trying to match the windy route that stays in the Gulf with this and helps with, yeah, there's some wind factors in at the end here. And put it in Navionics. We're also going to have it on Aqua Maps. So, all set up.
So lots of backups. Time to weigh anchor.
In the middle of cooking, weighing anchor, doing it all at once. All right.
We've got a bridge to make. Let's go, Josh. We are here at the 17th Street Fisheries, topping off our fresh water, and got rid of the bag of trash we had on board. So we're starting the cruise with a empty trash can. And we'll fill up our jerry cans so that we'll have plenty of water for our trip. Josh made dinner. I get to eat after I'm done working. So. We should be able to go under the 17th Street Bridge without them having to open, which is nice, so we don't have to time it. That's the plan anyway. So just went through the 17th Street Bridge. We got off the fuel dock pretty easily. We were able to use the current to steer the bow off. No bow thruster for us. And now we have all these amazing frigate birds. Alright, we are going out Port Everglades and starting this journey.
Join us next time as we depart Fort Lauderdale and encounter big weather, wind, and waves on our way to Wilmington. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It really helps our channel grow. If you enjoy our content, please consider supporting us on Patreon.